talk about Groz Beckert needles. Those are the type of needles that we have, that we sell, that we use for our long arms. Groz Beckert long arm needles are specifically made for multi-directional use, which is exactly what long arms need. Multi-directional design means more accurate stitching while moving the machine in any direction. Extra strength allows maximum flexibility and bending. The deep scarf prevents skip stitches, less puckering, and less thread breakage. The MR style actually means multi-range. Most long arm machine quilters use Groz Beckert needles and the ones that we sell. Ours are going to say 134 MR, and you can actually find that on the needle. It'll be a little bit hard to see here, but on the packages you'll see 134 MR. Now remember, it's very important to have the MR on the actual package for a multi-range. It's also going to say 1955 MR. That's important as well. That's usually right underneath the 134 MR. And you'll notice on the packages, on the right-hand side of the package, there'll be an R, or there'll be another thing. The R actually means sharp, and those are for regular fabrics, cotton fabrics, most of the quilt tops that you have. The other thing that's going to be on the needles will be ballpoint needles, and they'll say FG-SUK. Now, we will have a picture of these needles for you so you can see what I'm talking about. But that actually means ballpoint, and those are going to be for knits, t-shirt quilts, things like that. Now, what size do I need? People are always asking, what size needle do I use for that? What do I use for this? The most popular threads like Tex 30, Tex 40, the cotton, the poly threads. When you're quilting through normal cotton woven fabric, you're going to use a size 3.5 or a 4.0, or also known as 16 and 18. Those are going to be your most commonly used needles. You'll use those more than anything. For metallic threads, you want to use a 5.0, which is also known as a 21. And that's because it has a bigger hole in the needle, so it allows less friction as it's going through to prevent less breakage. You can actually also put Lubidol on metallic, and that does help the metallic glide through a lot easier. Silk threads. A lot of people use that for applique now. You're going to actually want to use a 2.5 needle or a size 12. For denim, thick fabric, maybe upholstery fabric, things like that, go ahead and use that 5.0. It's just a little bit stronger to get through that fabric. Again, for knits, cotton, using cotton or poly thread, you'll want to use a ballpoint. Now we do have different sizes in ballpoint, so it's going to really depend on how thick of the fabric you're going through, how thick of the knit. Did you put a stabilizer on the back? You can get them all the way down to 2.5, which is a really thin one, or go up to 4.0. 4.0 ballpoint is the most popular ballpoint that's sold for us. And there you go. You have information on your needles. Again, there'll be pictures of what to look for. And so when you're purchasing your needles, definitely make sure that you're getting the right kind for your long arm. Make sure they're multi-directional, multi-range, and that they have the numbers that match the long arm that you need. If you're not sure, check your owner's manual or call the person that you bought the machine from. They'll be able to tell you.